Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and if you're watching currently, like presently, around the time that I've actually released the video, I hope you've enjoyed the Cities Skylines 2 content we've been getting from all of our favorite creators. I've been doing nothing but watching them basically all day as I start recording this video. And if you're watching way in the future and Cities Skylines 2 is already out, you should watch my Cities Skylines 2 content. Alright, just kidding. So, if you'll remember last episode, in episode 13, we built this little office park. I'm very pleased with it. So, obviously it's not quite finished yet. We still need to, like, hook up this metro station and all of that good stuff. But right now, I do want to turn our attention back over here. We're just going back and forth between these two areas. Back to this side of the map. Now, I know that there's a big push to respect the topography, but you know what? I have had it up to here with the topography of this map. Now, I really do enjoy it. I like the rolling hills, I like the sand duney kind of things, but it is creating lots of problems for me. So I'm going to start smoothing things out and messing around with the terrain a little bit more than I have thus far. So we're actually going to start the video today with something a little bit different, and we're going to do a bit of a time lapse while I flatten out some of this area and work on putting in some key walls along the roads. And it's going to be quite a little bit of a process, so that's why we are going to do it in a sort of time lapse, just because I'm not very good at it. I'm not making a tutorial on it because as you'll see in the time-lapse, I'm not very good at it myself. So I'm just going to speed through it. You'll get to see how it was done, but without all the finicky messing around and the time that it'll take me to do it. So without further ado, I'm going to jump right into that, and I'll catch you when it's all finished. Okay, so I'm sure you can see now why I elected to not walk through that whole process. And it looks kind of weird when I zoom out, but that's fine. When you get in close, it looks nice. Better than I expected, to be honest with you. So I'm pretty pleased with that. But if you are curious about the process of doing this without mods, I'm sure there's a couple tutorials out there on it. I can't remember exactly which video it was where I first saw how to do it, but essentially it just has to deal with like filling up an area with water and then creating a shoreline and then putting in a key. Because otherwise, without mods like Anarchy or something, I think it's Anarchy that does this. I'm not familiar with mods, so definitely do not ask me that. But I'm pretty sure that's the mod that does that. It lets you put in keys anywhere you want without having a shoreline. But to do it with within the vanilla constraints, really all you do is, yeah, you just fill up a place with water, make an artificial shoreline, and then put in the key where you want it. I've never done one kind of just in the middle, but I thought I'd give it a shot. And so what I want to do now is then just go through, make sure I have the right district style on. Do I even have a district yet? I do. Okay. Yeah, mid-century modern. Okay. So, and then I want to do is throw in these mid-century modern houses. Because I think they'll look really nice in this area, this way. And I kind of just want to fill in with as much space as possible. So I'll just go through and fill all these guys in. Okay, so we're gonna just let these grow in, and I'm gonna keep this area otherwise pretty simple. Like I said, like I've been saying for a couple episodes now, I wanted to keep this area sort of like luxurious, I suppose is kind of the word that I'm looking for, a little higher end. And I think with the keys in, we've kind of achieved that goal a little bit. Made it stand out just a little bit more, made it a little bit nicer because we have this weird terrain, and like, we're still going to get a little bit of this kind of stuff in, not nearly as much as we would have if I had just thrown in roads here. And then in kind of like the in-between spaces where there's not houses, but there's no zoning, I mostly just want to do paths. So, like, coming through, like, here, and then get all of our snapping off, yeah, not even the angle, and just kind of meander through various spots. I want to try to stay a little bit away from the houses because as they form on those hills, the terrain is going to do some weird stuff and it's going to mess with our paths. So, I don't want to do anything too aggressive. Maybe like in these areas with weird shaped zones, I can go ahead and do it. And then it shouldn't be like too big of an issue. And then I guess I'll do another one through here. That's why I kind of left this space open in here, so that I could try to get this path kind of in between. And I don't care if it messes up the zoning a little bit. It doesn't need to have all 4 tile zoning. I just wanted to have bigger houses wherever possible, as much as possible. And then we can have, like, some just green space places here without any housing is not an issue, because this area is going to be all residential, really. And I think I'll put, like, our services and schools and stuff up on top here, where it's all flat. And all of this will be sort of housing and maybe some parks where I can fit them in, smaller ones. But yeah, so that's really it here. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up and get some of these houses growing in, and we'll see how it looks. And I'll throw in some commercial to satisfy that demand. Okay, so we've got some of the houses growing in, and I think it's sort of achieving the look that I wanted it to. I like that there's sort of these very small but noticeable layers of height going on from the houses. And I'm just keeping an eye on the waterfront here, making sure that we don't get any weird beachfront stuff going on with the terrain from the buildings. And like this stuff, it's fine. I will, you know, fine-tune all of this during, you know, as I go along. But some of it is going to happen. It's kind of unavoidable, unfortunately. Like, no matter what I kind of do here, it's gonna give me some of that weirdness. Especially in, like, some of these, like, softer areas. But I can try to, like, soften it out a little bit, and that can take care of some of the stuff. And then otherwise, it'll be up to some vanilla props and detailing, some trees and rocks and stuff that will sort of amend that situation. Because that doesn't look awful all the time, but some places it's a little bit much. But yeah, so that is really the bulk of the build for today. I just wanted to kind of get this key system set up and kind of flatten out a lot of this area, just because it is some really difficult sand duney kind of terrain to work with. And I was trying to sort of respect the topography as much as possible for a while, but it just got to be a little bit too difficult. There's just so much unevenness, and to really build something nice, it needs to be flattened out just a little bit, you know, just something to work with, I guess. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and continue fast forwarding through this and then detail it up, and then that is where I will leave you for today. Okay, so, well, minus the people dying up there, I'm pretty pleased with it. I think it turned out better than I expected. This was a bit of an experiment for me, trying things out with the keys and doing this sort of layered system. But I think it looks really nice. And I think, like, from all the way up here, it looks really cool. Yeah, I think I like it. I think I'm pretty pleased with it. So, that is going to do it for today. I left the detailing very, very simple. Just went through and made some things historical so that they keep their shape and their look up here. Just because I don't want any of those weird, funky buildings growing in. But otherwise, that is going to do it for today. So I hope you enjoyed the build, and if you have, please feel free to leave a like below and subscribe to the channel for some more videos like this one. As always, thank you again so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.